What do I remember most?
Most, yes. What?
Oh, several things. Unbelievable. As a matter of fact, I was entering the gate, coming into Pearl Harbor from Wheeler Field, and saw 3 Japanese aircraft flying overhead. And I said to my friend, I said, I wonder who those airplanes belong to. You know, we might be at war, jokingly. Yes, indeed.
Well, it was quite a surprise. We were coming out of the barracks to go to breakfast. We heard some commotion down in Pearl Harbor. I was stationed at Hickam Field, which is just adjacent to the harbor. And then we saw the red ball on the wings of the planes, and we knew we were in desperate trouble.
Well, the most about the attack was how I saw all the big top brass running all over where I worked. They came down there, Admiral Schimmel and all of them came down there. We what they call the information center, where we could plot the airplanes with our radar. See, I was in radar.
Actually, yeah, you might say it took a little more time than it was just trying to protect myself and find out what I could do to help. And I stood guard for after it was over, I stood guard at the hospital. They were digging a trench, and that's the one that really got my stomach, was the fact that they were cutting this trench to throw the body parts in, and that really got to me, so to speak.
I was chief operator at Hickam Field in the radio control tower when we were told to go to the tower and start taking information messages coming over the airways.
So you had sort of a ringside seat to what was going on up in the tower.
Yes.
I believe you said you saw the Arizona blow up? Or?
Yeah, there's just a fence between the field and the harbor, and we were looking out over the harbor, and we saw the plane come over, and the bomb went down, unfortunately, down the smokestack into the arsenal of the battleship, and the whole thing blew up, and it lifted about 1.5 feet off the water.
A couple weeks before, the week before, we were on the alert. We couldn't find the Japanese Navy, and I sort of suspicious about Japan because I know there was a lot of mongering, you know, just like we're doing today about Korea. Similar, same thing.
Too much of a surprise to be terrifying. We just were very startled about the whole thing.
How did the war change your life?
Well, I was just 19, and after the attack, I spent 4 more years down in the South Pacific in different islands. And I think I come home a little more of a man than when I went in.
I ended up in Fiji Islands down under near Australia. And I had given up hope of ever getting to go to flying cadets. As a matter of fact, I took as a fact that I would never see the mainland again. But if it wasn't for that flag, red, white, and blue, I kept me from going nuts, let's put it that way. And but things changed. I managed to end up on a Dutch boat, Boschfontein, on my way back to the States, 20 days to Los Angeles to go to flying cadets. I had to say that.
What do you think the lesson of Pearl Harbor is for people today? I mean, is there something you would like to tell the younger generation?
Well, I think they should keep in mind that it could happen again to us, and be prepared.
I was 19 when it happened, yeah. It hasn't changed my life. I mean, I love my country, and I was doing what I wanted to do for my country.